Hey, what's up, your Martech79 here, and I want to start this one off by saying that I am not a professional movie reviewer. I didn't go to school for it or anything. I'm just a guy that likes comic books and superhero movies and action figures, and I like to give my opinion on the internet on movies that I have a very strong opinion about. With that being said, holy crap. I went into Black Adam fully thinking that, I was like, oh God, this is going to be terrible. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck, man. But I tell you what, after this 2 hour and 5 minute movie, I left. I was like, holy shit, this was one of the best DC movies I've seen in the past 10 years. What happened? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. All right, Dwayne Johnson. This is easily my favorite Dwayne Johnson movie of all time. But it's not a Dwayne Johnson movie. It's a DC movie. I can definitely fully understand the Rotten Tomatoes score here of getting a 90% with the audience of normal people. Then I guess the 39% of professional movie reviewers, whatever. You got to critique it how you got to critique it. I get it. But this was just a great popcorn flick. You know, if you're not going to focus on story, don't focus on story, focus on the action aspect of the movie. That's the biggest critique that I've been seeing with this movie, that it had too much action. No, that's nonsense. I've seen plenty of movies that had nothing but action that were absolute garbage. But this one, you know, if your action is up to par and your fight scenes are cool and the CGI elements is done well, then it's okay. I can have 2 hours of fight scenes. That's fine, man. I think the brilliant part of this film is they never try to do too much with the film. Okay, Black Adam gets let out of his prison. Boom, he comes back. All of the heroes of the DC universe thinks he's bad. They come to stop him. They fight. Then they realize that he's more of an anti-hero than anything else. Then a greater threat comes to try to take out the world. Then they bring Black Adam back from oblivion and they all team up together to take down the big bad guy. Simple. Just perfect, dude. When you take that simple storyline, then you surround it with some great action sequences, great fight scenes, dude, you're gonna have a winner every single time. I don't care what character you use, especially when it's a Superman strength level style character. It's gonna be good. Bravo, DC, you have found your niche finally. From the Batman to now Black Adam, you have finally started to find your niche of movies, and I am so happy because of it. I tell you what, man, I honestly have enjoyed the DCEU movies more than I've enjoyed the MCU movies this year. Black Adam and the Batman compared to Doctor Strange and Thor, hey, let me tell you, it's not even close. It's not even close. It's a clear winner here, and DC is it. I give Dwayne Johnson credit. He played the hell out of this role, and I cannot wait to see more Black Adam. I hope we get a series. I want more movies. I want it all. Now, don't be mad at me, but I had to Google the character's name here to remember for the review. Isis. Isis is the character that freed Black Adam from his prison. She is also the character that plays the role to help Black Adam see that he's more than just a person that received these powers out of a mistake. He is the one that helped him realize that he can be a hero, he can be a protector, and she plays that role really great. I was very satisfied with her character. Beautiful woman, very easy on the eyes. I hope to see her in future installments of this movie for sure. I really enjoyed her character. Sun was in there too, cool character. They kind of together played the role of helping Black Adam realize that he can be more than what he has been in the past 5,000 years. That he can be a member of justice, or a sword of justice per se. Hawkman was in this as well. I really enjoyed his character. He had some awesome fight scenes with Black Adam. You know what kills me? So you know how some of the Disney community is angry that Ariel was black in the new Little Mermaid movie? How come fans weren't mad that Hawkeye was black? He was clearly white in his origin comic book or origin story from I think he came out in like the 40s or the 50s or whatever. I don't recall anybody being mad about that. So how come people are mad about Ariel? That blows my mind. Earth is weird. I just had to say it. but I really enjoyed his costume. The gold pattern plating on his helmet and his wings really came out good. He has some awesome fight scenes, especially when it comes to a character that flies due to wings, not just levitating in there. He actually has to flap. So I really feel like the CGI did an outstanding job really showcasing how a winged warrior can fight. His mace was really cool too, had the magical properties. It really didn't do anything to Black Adam, but it was still cool to see its magical properties in action. Just once again, another character that I was completely satisfied with their performance. I did not have an issue with Hawkman at all, and I am very excited to see where the DCEU takes his story in the future. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for a solo movie. I wouldn't mind to see an origin story for this character as well. I think that would be really cool. That takes us to Dr. Fate, portrayed by Pierce Bronson, aka James Bond, is how I will always know this man. Don't judge me. Dr. Fate played a very vital role in this movie, one that I was very satisfied with as well. It was really cool to see Dr. Fate kind of portray his powers in a way to help Black Adam identify who he is and what he is meant to be in this world. It was really satisfying to see Pierce Bronson kind of fill in that mentor role to help Adam fulfill his destiny, per se. Now, major spoilers coming up, but we all know that Dr. Fate meets his end, unfortunately, at the end of the film at the hands of Sobek. So very curious to see who is going to take his place in the movie, because I think the helmet is going to possess someone else. I would find it hard to believe that they never use Dr. Fate again in this movie franchise, as he is obviously way too important of a character to only use for one movie. As for his costume, came out good. The gold-plated helmet, the shoulder pads, the gloves with the blue leather outfit, very beautiful, very cinematic. Came out good on screen. I really enjoyed this character. Now let's talk about the superhero Cyclone. Essentially, her powers are, as the name would suggest, she creates cyclones, and she can conjure up weapons and items to throw at her adversaries. So it looks like some kind of telekinesis involved with the cyclones as well. Very cool character. I found it fascinating that every time she used her powers, they made it a point to stop the action and make it as like a slow framed, kind of like a Quicksilver scene in the X-Men. So that was pretty funny. They kind of overdid it a little bit, if I would throw out one nitpick about her powers. But other than that, they were still cool to witness, cool to see. Very beautiful actress portraying this character. So I really liked her outfit as well. The turquoise green, kind of the blur effects that they used when she was creating the cyclones was definitely beautiful CGI on screen. To keep it real with y'all, I had never heard of this character before this movie, so this was a very fun introduction for me. And I most definitely hope to see her in future projects. Okay, now let's talk about Atom Smasher, essentially the Ant-Man of the DC Extended Universe. He grows. I believe he can get small as well, but he does not get small in this movie. He just grows. So that was really cool to see. Even though he grew, he was still kind of no match for Black Adam. Kind of still one-shotted him once he got his bearings going. But it was still cool to see CGI within his character grow and running through the city. Actually, stopping Black Adam for a second before he got one-shotted. So other than that, though, it's kind of more of the comic relief character. He's always hungry. I guess him growing kind of speeds up his metabolism, and he always needs to eat, kind of like the Flash. But, you know, just a fun character. It was kind of that weird sexual tension between him and Cyclone that he was trying to build, but I don't think she really sees him in that manner, at least not yet. Maybe that relationship will grow on the side over time. But all in all, a really cool side character. I don't think I need a movie series, particularly of this character. I think Ant-Man has that in the bag. So, you know, I would still like to see him maybe make future appearances on other DC projects. But other than that, though, I think I'm good. We come to the major climax in the film where we find out that it was not Black Adam that was originally chosen as the champion. It was his son, Amon, who was willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to get his people out of slavery. And he gave his powers to his father after the king was trying to get him assassinated and he couldn't, so he went after his family, of course. So to save his dad, gave the powers to his dad, and as soon as he gave the powers to his dad, he gets killed. Gut-wrenching scene, but so good nonetheless. Still very light on story, but that's really all you needed to really still get that emotional punch. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just the right amount. Not too much, not too little. It was just right. Brilliantly told. Set pieces, absolutely astounding. You know, obviously, the majority of the movie takes place in the fictional African country of Kunda. Has a desert Arabian theme. Think of your Aladdins, so on and so forth. Absolutely loved it. Fit the theme perfectly. Music absolutely had an Arabian theme as well. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Arabian music, especially set piece background music. So I was absolutely right at home. I could not get enough of it. Every note that was played in the score I was in love with, and the set piece as well. Now, the final boss. You would think that Black Adam would be the final boss, but he was the anti-hero. Then we get introduced to Zobek, basically the devil. He gets his powers, he rises from hell, and he's trying to destroy the world. So we have all of the heroes try to take him down, but they fail. Then Black Adam comes and essentially rips him in half. Absolutely beautiful. The fight scenes in this movie, some of my favorite from any of the DC movies, period. I have no complaints at all whatsoever. If I hadn't made it painfully obvious, I've thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I virtually had no complaints with it. And this is why you are seeing me making this type of video. So I think it's time now that we let the cat out of the bag and let's talk about the worst kept secret in DC movie history. Superman makes his return. Henry Cavill is back as Superman. I was so excited. Yes. Hopefully in future installments of these films, we get to see a Superman versus Black Adam versus Shazam. That would be so epic. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's it, man. I don't really have anything else to say about this movie except go see it if you haven't seen it already. But if you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're watching this video, but thank you anyways. I really appreciate you, truly. But yeah, man, we definitely need to follow along on this path of DCEU movies. I firmly believe if they stick with this path line that they would be a-okay, and they will absolutely be able to compete with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They will be on equal ground, equal footing. Obviously, I think right now in the year 2022, I think the DC movies are better than the Marvel movies of Morbius, Thor, and Doctor Strange. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, the shows, they're just not up to par. I hate to say it. I know that's going to hurt some Marvel fans, but it is what it is. But I think this is good. We can have the competition with DC and Marvel. And as long as they keep competing, then they will continue to strive to be the best that they possibly can. And we will get quality content. And that's always good for us. So that's going to do it for me here. What I want to know now is your thoughts, your complaints, your opinions of this movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? I want to know. Let's talk about it in the comment section. As long as you keep it cordial, don't be a dick. You know how YouTube goes. Let me also give an additional thanks for actually watching this movie review, as this movie has been out for 2 weeks now, and I am extremely late on this review. I couldn't see it until last Tuesday. I have a family, so, you know, sometimes my life gets pushed back, especially with the extracurricular that I get to do. So, you know, better late than never, though. So I appreciate that, all the support. By watching these videos, you guys allow me to make an income doing what I have always loved to do, reliving my childhood. That's it, man. I couldn't be more grateful for that. And if you would like to extend that gratitude, just do me a favor and hit that like button. And you can leave me a comment. And you can hit that subscribe button. So I'm on youtube.com/marjack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My friends, stay tuned. My next movie review will absolutely be Wakanda Forever next Thursday. So stay tuned for that. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. And catch you guys later. Bye.